Just watched the weigh-in between Shawn Porter and Errol Spence. Good stuff, good ass stuff. I gotta get out of here and go down the road. Tommy Temper still didn't get to break down that fight, man. It's so frustrating. I'm trying to find some software to be able to record the stuff. Shawn Porter is a big dude. He a big dude. I look at his chest, so much broader than Errol Spence's chest. Errol's a much more slimmer guy. Doesn't mean nothing, but I looked at the weigh-in and I was like, Porter looked like he about 2, 3 weight classes bigger than Errol Spence, and that's what I'm telling you guys. Both guys are big, big. They're not even welterweights. Both guys. I think Errol's like a 154 pounder. To be honest with you, he looked like a 154 pounder, and Porter looked like he's a super middleweight. Like I said before, maybe a small super middleweight. But use Yard Stream to record. Oh, okay, where do I go? I'm gonna try it. All right, I'm gonna try Yard Stream. What do I do after I use the Yard Stream though? What do I do? I send it to you. I send the link or something. What do I do? Anyways, man. But then I can't use Yard Stream. Remember, I have a phone. How am I gonna use Yard Stream and I have a phone? Anyways, man, I'm gonna talk to you guys about that in a minute. But yeah, Porter looked very gaunt in terms of he's much smaller than he was. He looked healthy, but he looked like he was slightly gaunt. He still had the energy and everything. He looked like a beast. He looked big as fuck. In terms of his bone structure, he's just a much bigger guy than Errol, in my opinion. I was listening to the trainers go at it, and I was funny as fuck. But oh fuck no! Look at how broad. Look at how broad Shawn is, and Shawn is right now dry. He bone dry. He not dehydrated dry, but when he rehydrates, he's gonna be bigger than Errol. Look at his back and his chest, man. He broader than Errol. Go ahead and go back and watch it. Errol's much more leaner. Errol's a big dude, don't get me wrong, but Shawn's the bigger guy. Yeah, Shawn was dry as hell, for sure. Shawn's a much bigger dude. I'm surprised Shawn even makes welterweight. I'm surprised. He's significantly bigger than Errol. In my opinion, you're looking at a compressed super middleweight versus a super welterweight. That's that to me what that fight comes down to. Them motherfuckers big. I was watching Errol when Errol was flexing and Shawn put up his hands. His hands was in front of Errol. Errol tried to put his hand in front of Shawn. He realized how solid Shawn is. Shawn's a very solid guy. This ain't no Shawn Porter versus Kell Brook fight. I'm telling y'all now. And ain't no way in fucking hell, I'm going to say it again, that Errol's stopping Shawn Porter. It's not happening. It's just not happening. I'm going to say it again and again and again. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. I don't care what anybody else says. This is not a fighter who is on the level of your average fighter. This motherfucker is so fucking well conditioned. There's no way you gonna stop him. Besides that, he got defense. I was listening to D-Style. He was saying how Shawn gonna go through hell to get to Errol. Oh, so you tell me Errol ain't gonna go through hell to face Shawn? Get the fuck out of here. Obviously, a myopic view on things. They can only see one side of the table. They're not watching the other side of the table. And that's what these motherfucking fans are overlooking Shawn Porter. That's all I'm saying. Y'all are overlooking that motherfucker. Damn, man. Tommy Temper, I really need to do that breakdown between Shawn Porter and Kell Brook. Kell Brook missed a lot of fucking jabs. It wasn't about what Kell Brook was doing. It was more about what Shawn Porter wasn't doing. He was too wild with some of his punches. He was trying to be more voracious. But I think he's going to be more controlled in this fight. He's going to be much smarter in this fight. Let me tell you how serious this is. Shawn Porter never make these numbers, but if Shawn Porter can make a 25% connect percentage, 25% of his shots land, he going to win the fight. That's how this fight is. Y'all don't even seem to understand what I'm saying. This is not, you know why Errol and Derek James are so fucking animated? Because they realize they're in a fight. They realize this one's real. Errol Spence opened his big ass mouth and say he gonna knock out Shawn Porter. Derrick James said, I'm gonna try and make it happen for you. Right? That ain't happening. We already know this shit. That ain't happening in this fight. Alright? And I'm gonna say this. I don't wanna say it, but I'm gonna say this. If he tried to knock out Shawn Porter, he gonna get knocked down. Shawn gonna knock him down. Watch. This is the year of upsets, motherfuckers. Shawn is not somebody you mess around with. Remember I said that. Call me on it. I'm bigger than the two of them right now. I'm 160 pounds. I came down from 175, but I'm not a bigger guy than Shawn Porter. I'm taller than them. Physically, I look bigger than them right now because I'm not dehydrated like they are. Both Errol and Shawn are dehydrated right now. When they rehydrate to some respectable size, they both gonna look really strong. You understand? Errol looked the healthier of the two when I watched them weigh in. Both at the welterweight limit, telling me they big fucking. They not really welterweights. Them two boys ain't welterweights. They big boys. And let me just say this. If this is how far this fight can span. It can span with a split decision win by Shawn Porter all the way across the unanimous decision by Errol Spence, right? Now, here's the thing about it though. No matter how this fight turns out, Errol's the truth. No matter how this fight turns out, if Errol has to fight his way to a split decision win, or even a draw, that don't mean that Terrence Crawford would just wipe Errol Spence's ass. Because Terrence Crawford never faced Shawn Porter. Until I see Terrence Crawford face Shawn Porter, and guess what? I got Shawn Porter actually giving Terrence Crawford an even harder fight than Errol Spence. An even harder fight than Errol Spence. Because guess what? Terrence Crawford's smaller than Errol. He's smaller than Errol. Errol's bigger than Terrence all the way around. Terrence is not bigger than Errol. That's why Errol said, "You too small." He keep on saying that to Terrence. It had nothing to do with size per se, but it does have a lot to do with size. Right? Trust me. These welterweights now are bigger welterweights than some of the welterweights in the past. Great welterweights of the past. These welterweights are big motherfuckers. Massive welterweights. Okay? And so you got to understand, Kell Brook was a big welterweight, but he really wasn't bigger than Errol. Errol was bigger than Kell Brook. That's what a lot of people don't realize. You can see, Kell Brook still does, he never made 154. Came in 152 on the scale. He's not really a super welterweight. Errol's a bona fide motherfucking super welterweight. Tomorrow he could face Erislandy Lara. Easy. I'm here to talk about that. Smash that like button. Yeah. He a real welterweight. Okay? I'm super welterweight, that is. Right? Terrence, he's still building his strength to face them kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much, Jessica Gemino. He's still building. He's still a small little pup compared to them guys. That's why I said he need to face Danny Garcia, who, by the way, is almost ready to outgrow the fucking welterweight division. Danny Garcia, he looking forward to a fight with Manny Pacquiao. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Shawn Porter is big as fuck. He a big motherfucker. And if y'all guys don't believe it, man, shit, I don't know what to tell you. So Porter versus Spence, it's gonna be lit, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to it. I'll lick in my lips. I'm watching. I'm looking forward to that fight. Don't blink, folks. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Plenty of activity, plenty of action. I do agree, Shawn Porter in his not so much the Keith Thurman and the Danny Garcia fights, but even the Ugas fight, but in some fights before, he was wild as fuck, especially in his finishing touch. He had lovely moves and everything. You know, he has a lot of variety of different things he does. But when it comes to finishing off punches and finding range and taking his time and breaking something down, he don't do that shit. He just rush everything. He has a lot of tenacity, but so having said that though, I wanted to talk to you guys about one more thing, but let me just see what you guys are saying in the comments. We'll chat after. What's going on? Shawn and Errol don't look like that far apart. Shawn is shorter and more compact. Nah. Shawn was dry as hell. Yes, sir. He's a bigger guy than Errol. That's why. Shawn will have no answers if his inside game is alleviated. The fuck you talking about, boy? What are you talking about, intangible boxing? No answers? Dude. You know what? I'm going to let the fight play out. You will see what I was talking about, because I'm tired of talking about that. Errol won't have to go through hell to get to Shawn because he'll use footwork to keep Shawn on the outside. I'm gonna leave that alone. You obviously have underestimated Shawn Porter. Shawn could definitely get stopped if he's put against the ropes and Errol tees off. That shit will never happen. You obviously don't know Shawn Porter's moves. Shawn getting put against the ropes? Dude, have you seen his spin move? Do you realize Shawn Porter eggs you on? Come, motherfucker. So that you will come to him to the ropes. So he will spin on you, pivot around you, and push your ass against the ropes and bully your ass against the ropes with his rough style. You obviously don't know what the fuck you talking about when you're talking about Shawn Porter. You don't know what you're talking about. Precise fucking footwork. Shawn Porter moves all the time. He got quicker feet than Errol Spence. What the fuck are you talking about, man? At least study the fighters, man. Study the fighters. You don't know what you're talking about. You think this is an easy fight for Errol Spence? Get the fuck out of here. Shawn Porter is he is a counter combinational puncher, motherfucker. He don't counter you with one shot. He counter you with 3, 4, 5, 6 shots in a row. Even Derek James acknowledged Shawn Porter got a good jab. He got a good jab. Y'all obviously are underestimating this dude because he lost to Keith Thurman and he lost to Kell Brook. Y'all still got that in your head. Y'all still got the mentality, oh, he lost. He lost fights. He's not that good. This guy better because he ain't lost a fight. You have to ask yourself, has this guy ever been tested by the opposition the other guy's been tested by? Motherfucking Shawn Porter has shown his body is like iron. His chin is like steel. And he does have defense. And he does bob and weave. And he does counter combinational punch. What the fuck do I have to say? He turns the tables on you. Why do you think Adrian Broner was clinging his ass? Errol Spence gonna hold him. In this fight, Errol Spence gonna hold him. Watch. Y'all obviously don't know what you're watching. At least study the fighter, man. Everybody counting Shawn Porter out don't really realize, think this is a one-sided fight, don't see what they, clearly is in front of their face, but they can't see it. Y'all trying to make arguments for Errol. You need to argue what is actually there. The only reason Shawn Porter's losing this fight because he's not a very accurate puncher. He gonna throw out a million different shots like Marcus Maidana. This is a Marcus Maidana, Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight all over again. One. Man, y'all don't understand. Shawn Porter has learned from his experiences. He has learned from his experiences. You letting Derek James talk all that shit, and you really think that everything that Derek James be saying is true? Obviously, he's throwing jabs. Errol won't have to go through hell. Fuck no. He will go through hell. He will go through hell. He will try to make his adjustments, but this is going to be a fight where he's going to have all he can handle. He just had to keep cool under the pressure. Keep his composure. Stick to his game plan. But he ain't knocking Shawn Porter out. That ain't happening. And Shawn Porter is actually a tougher challenge than Marcos Maidana. Because Shawn Porter can do a lot more than Marcos Maidana can do. Marcos Maidana is awkward. You know, he throw these kind of awkward looking crazy hammer punches and shit. Shawn Porter is actually more textbook, but he do a lot of wonderful things, including bobbing and weaving, slipping punches, showing you a multitude of different looks. He's very agile. He's very athletic. He got quick feet. He got, like I said, you will never see somebody throw a double shotgun jab. You just don't see that. Shawn Porter's a guy that does all these weird things. A double shotgun jab. In fact, I've seen him throw a shotgun jab to the head and come down to the body and shotgun jab to the body as well. All in the same movement. That's Shawn Porter does all kinds of things. And y'all just obviously have overlooked all of that. Don't let Derrick James fool you. There ain't no way no club fighter. There ain't no way no a street fighter beating guys like Usyk, beating guys like Danny Jacobs, you know, Demetrius Andre. Ain't no club fighter doing that shit in a street fighter. There ain't no street fighter just beating Keith Thurman and beating Danny Garcia, world class fighters. Don't let them get in their head like that. I mean, Derrick James had a point about, you know, why would Errol Spence listen to Kenny Porter coaching him on Kell Brook when Kenny Porter couldn't even coach his son on that. That's a good point. But don't get it twisted. There's a lot of shit that Derrick James be saying that don't make no fucking sense either. They just trash talking to hype up the fight. All right? So don't get it twisted. This ain't no easy fight for Errol Spence. Errol Spence trying to make it. He trying to tell himself that. I see him. I see how he turn up his grill on Shawn, and Shawn just be smiling in his face. Cause what? Cause what? Shawn been there. Errol's a small guy compared to what Shawn has dealt with. He dealt with much bigger guys than him. And gave them all hell. And they was all fucking boxers. So what the fuck Errol Spence gonna bring to the table that's different to them? He been there. Errol hasn't. But he's supposed to be confident. Just that I'm saying again, when he tee off his best shots on Shawn and shit ain't working, you better go on to plan B, C, D, E, F, and G. Because guess what? Shawn's still going to be coming in his ass. This is going to be a test, I'm telling you. He going to get tested. Shawn's the biggest welterweight in the welterweight division. The strongest fucking welterweight in the welterweight division. Errol feel he gonna knock him out. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Tell yourself that. Ain't gonna happen. And all you guys riding on that, I'm sorry. You're gonna be miserably disappointed. Okay? Let him go for the KO. But he gonna get his ass dropped. He gonna get dropped if he tries to go for that KO. He gonna learn. He gonna learn very quickly and very soon. Very soon. Shawn's a big ass, strong ass motherfucker, man. And Shawn got a little pop. And Shawn does work the body. I watched his work against Andre Berto. It was sloppy as shit, but he was landing some hard ass punches on Berto's body, though. Tangible boxing. I told you in Yard versus Kovalov. Well, you better tell your ass. You about to tell your ass. This is one time I'm not going to be wrong. You're going to have to tell your ass. Oh, shit. I was fucking wrong because it ain't going to happen. So you could think. You can go on that premise that you talk Yard Kovalov. Yard ain't Shawn Porter, motherfucker. Yard is not Shawn Porter. Yard is not Shawn Porter. You talking about a neophyte, a Nubian versus an experienced veteran. This is not the same shit. This is the reverse. The Nubian's Errol Spence, and the veteran is Shawn Porter. You must got your shit all jacked up and wrong. Because this shit is going to go exactly like I said. There is going to be no fucking KO in this fight. I'm not the first person to say it. There are other professionals that said it. There's going to be no KO in this fight. And if Errol Spence tries to go for the KO, he's going to get his ass dropped. Guaranteed. He going to get dropped. You heard me say it. You ever see me this vociferous about things? Why do you think Errol Spence so vociferous and Derrick James? Because they know what the fuck they up against. Shawn ain't even trying to. Shawn ain't even. He was like, he know what it is. He know what it is. He know what time it is. He know what time it is. It's the year upsets, motherfucker. you got it upside down today. Hey, but hey, we all get it wrong sometimes. So don't feel how. I'm serious. Yeah, you really don't know what Shawn Porter is. You really don't know. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. This is a totally different fight, man. I got Yard Kovalev wrong. First of all, didn't Yard almost stop Kovalev? From what I recall, he almost stopped Kovalev. Like he said. That was the first thing. I wasn't completely wrong. He couldn't finish him. But I'm telling you now, if you hoping and praying for Errol Spence, a little 154 pounder to knock out a 168 pounder, it ain't gonna happen. A very fit, compressed 168 pounder, ain't gonna happen. But keep on praying. Keep on hoping on a dream. Keep on thinking that Shawn Porter's a club fighter, a street fighter, a football player. Keep on thinking that thought. Just keep that in your head. I hope Errol Spence is not thinking like you, though. Otherwise, he's going to get dropped. He's going to get dropped. Yeah, by supposedly feather-fisted Shawn Porter. Little Shawn Porter, 5'6" Shawn Porter. Smaller guy he's smaller than Errol Spence. Little Shawn Porter. Gonna drop his ass. So keep thinking like that. Keep that energy up. Y'all underestimate certain people. Y'all underestimate. I'm 100% confident there's going to be no fucking KO. I'm 100% confident. You believe in the hype. You believe in the hype. Keep believing it. Donating to my channel. Well, I got for now it's Western Union MoneyGram. But if you want to donate to my channel, we can figure out a way. I wish I had something online I could do. I used to have PayPal, but because I moved from the United States to here, I also had online debit cards and shit. But because I moved from the United States to here, I was unable to actually continue that. But you know. Errol is not getting dropped. Oh, you confident Errol's not getting dropped, but you confident Shawn Porter getting stopped. I told you about a counter combinational puncher. A guy who likes for you to come at him because then he can take advantage of the situation. And you're telling me Errol Spence won't get dropped. As if Errol Spence never gets touched in his fights. Like he never got stunned by Kell Brook, for example. You must have forgot how he went back on the ropes and Kell Brook was beating his ass on the ropes in the first 4 rounds. You forgot about all of that. How convenient. Yeah, the guy going to be in his chest at certain points in the fight. And other points in the fight, he's going to be going in and out and shotgun jabbing him to the body and to the head. Oh, he can't knock him down. Oh, no. Errol Spence is a god all of a sudden. He ain't faced nobody like Shawn Porter, but he's a god. Shawn Porter give everybody a tough fight, but all of a sudden, Errol Spence going to handle him easy. Come on, man, intangible boxing. Come on, bro. You know more boxing than that. Showtime Shawn Porter is the new IBF welterweight champion. I ain't know about that. I never said that. It's possible by split decision, But I don't know about that. Errol Spence gonna have something to say about that because he does have all round game. He does have all round skill. I'm not writing off Errol Spence at all. But mind you, I want you guys to get something in perspective here. If Errol Spence doesn't knock out Shawn Porter, if Errol Spence has a tough time with Shawn Porter, I want you guys to understand that does not diminish who Errol Spence is. And I want none of y'all motherfuckers out there saying that Terrence Crawford would have done an easier job and done out Errol Spence because that Shawn Porter, because that's not the case. Shawn Porter is always going to be a tough fight for anybody in the welterweight division. Period. Period. I called it since 2014. I told you guys there's a new four kings out there. Shawn Porter was one of them, even though he lost to Kell Brook. I think it was 2014. I can't remember when it was. 2015. I can't remember when I did the video. It's somewhere in my archives. I always told you guys that. I was always a fan of Showtime Shawn Porter, win, lose, or draw. And I think a lot of you guys in the modern age think because a guy loses a fight or even gets knocked out that he's not really that good. He got flaws in his game and stuff like that. J-Rock is now the unified champion of the world. Right? J-Rock had a learning experience against Jamal Charlo, who knocked his ass out. Right? He knocked him out stupid, right? He got knocked out cold. But he comes back to become the super welterweight champion, unified champion of the world, knocking down Jarrett Hurd, who nobody knocked down before. All I'm saying to you guys is, do not underestimate a boxer just because they lost certain fights and look vulnerable in certain fights, but not consistently vulnerable in every single fight. Fight by fight, they show you different things and they do different things in different fights. If they're doing the same thing throughout the various fights they've been in, and they're showing vulnerabilities in the same fights they've been in different fights they've been in, I can understand that. Hybrid 95, wait, hold up. Intangible Boxing says, Keith, Danny, Bruno, Granados did not get dropped. Because they wasn't coming in. They weren't coming in saying that they're going to KO Shawn Porter. They weren't coming in saying that. None of them. Hybrid 95, you think Shawn Porter is bigger in weight than Spence? But I wouldn't be surprised Shawn Porter has trouble making weight. And he fought at super middleweight before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a big dude. That's why he able to take punches like that. Remind me of Roberto Duran. Duran wasn't really a lightweight. Duran was a middleweight, compressed into a lightweight form. You know what we always talk about? That some people disregarded? We always talk about what we call frame. Frame. A boxer grows into his frame. Shawn Porter is a compressed super middleweight in a welterweight form. It's crazy. He can barely make welterweight now. You saw, if you look at Shawn Porter and you look at Errol Spence, who looked the more gaunt of the two? Who looked the more healthy of the two? Errol Spence looked the healthier. Shawn Porter looked the more gaunt. Right? And Shawn Porter basically became that small between yesterday and today, where he had to do the weigh-in. He ain't gonna fill it back out. So he was only very, very small for a period of time. See? But Shawn Porter didn't want to reveal what his weight was. He just said he was well within the weight. Because when you dehydrate yourself, you lose about 10 pounds. So when you take all the water out of your body for a short period of time, like me, for example, I was 175. I stopped eating as much, right? I eat, but I eat a lot of things that would be what we call lean proteins, lean fats, that kind of thing. So I lost 15 pounds. I moved from 175 to 160 now. I'm trying to make 154. So I still keeping the energy. I still have a lot of energy. I feel a little lighter, but I feel today I feel more filled out than yesterday. Yesterday I was feeling light. Today I'm still 160, but I'm a lot filled out, a lot better. I'm 5'10", almost 5'11", right? And my natural walk around weight is like 175. You know, I feel really good at 175. But as I go down to 154, I can't make 147. I'm gonna never try to make 147. Some guys can do it. I mean, there was a time I was 127, but I was in the States, and that was because it was cold, so my body had to burn all that heat. I got wireframe, man. I got so thin, because when you're 127, I had a lot of energy still, but I mean, I was real small. I was just a little bit above super featherweight, right? So think of a 5'10" guy walking around like a super featherweight. But I wasn't fighting or anything, so it didn't matter. I was just studying mostly, sitting down, moving around, that kind of thing. Playing piano, that kind of stuff, right? So what happens is once you're sweating out all that water, keep on, exercising and stuff. And even my face don't look that gaunt, right? I don't look that gaunt, but as I approach 154, I'm going to look really slim. And my muscle mass is not that bad. Yeah. I mean, it ain't that bad. So, I mean, but as you get smaller and you lean out and you get lower weight, you really dehydrate a lot. So what Shawn Porter did was he basically ate vegetables and ate some chips or some healthy chips, which I have to go and get today. I gotta go to the store right now. Healthy chips and stuff, and then he lost even more weight. And once he lost that weight and that weight came off, all that hydrated weight, he went to the weigh-in. But he did look pretty dry in the weigh-in. But that's to be expected. He didn't look unhealthy, but I thought that Errol looked more healthy than him. But they both came in at 147, which tells me both of them are much bigger than welterweight. You don't understand what I'm saying. Errol will adjust the Shawn box on the outside, smother Shawn's work, and Shawn will not have the energy in the later rounds to mount a comeback to Buzz Spence. You keep on assuming Shawn Porter needs to face Errol Spence on the inside. That's your problem. You can't see yourself. You can't see Shawn Porter actually boxing Errol Spence on the outside. That's the problem you have. And that's where, if Errol Spence make that mistake, Shawn Porter gonna get him. Because there's 100 million different reasons why, and there's so many different ways Shawn Porter can turn the tables on Errol Spence. I'm not gonna talk about it because you guys know everything. So, all right, I'm gonna explain it after the fight, but not before. Because you obviously don't know what Shawn Porter can do in that ring. I'm not saying he has the best finishing touch, but I do agree he does a lot of things in that fight, and y'all have no idea how much that guy can do. Hybrid 95, a loss can make or break a fighter. That's a fact. Yes, or it can make or break. A loss can make a fighter because, like you said, you can learn from the experience and become better, or it can break you in that you don't learn nothing and you just suffer even worse, or mentally it could break you. It depends on what kind of loss you have. It could depend on when in your career you have the loss. It could depend on your mentality and the fact that you can't accept the loss. There's many different things that happen, right? I remember, what's the kid's name that faced Vladimir Klitschko? He wanted to face Vladimir Klitschko, and then he lost to him, and that was it. He stopped boxing. He stopped boxing after that. He was the WBA heavyweight champion of the world, I think it was. It was Prince something. I can't remember what his name is. So it can make or break you. It depends. Porter has more ring experience than Spence. Not only more ring experience, but more ring experience at a top tier level at the highest, with the highest kinds of tests. So, yeah. He's had a lot of time to refine his style and so on. Hybrid 95. I was 149 in January. I'm 142 now since I've been working out more. I'm 5'7" though. That's not bad. You lost 7 pounds, man. That's very good. Compliments to you. It's good to be in shape, bro. You also have to be healthy, though. This has to be the most dangerous Porter, in my opinion. He's learned, matured, fought prime opponents. Spencer's going to have lots of trouble, guaranteed. Yeah. He's going to have problems. He's going to adapt, but yeah. Hybrid 95 says, I ate too much spaghetti. Well, I mean, spaghetti. I mean, spaghetti's not bad for you. I mean, if you got to if you got to lose weight, that's one of the ways you can do. You lose weight because the spaghetti's low glycemic index. It's mostly carbs, not really much protein. Errol has a longer reach. That don't mean shit, bro. Sean Porter constantly out jabs guys with longer reaches than him. David Hay, don't what that mean? What David Hay mean? What are you talking about? Oh, David Hay retired. Yeah. That's right. That's good. Good point, man. He did retire after he lost. Yeah. So all I'm saying is that that loss with Vladimir Klitschko really broke him a bit. I would say that a true champion can take a loss and bounce back. Sean Porter showed that he's a true champion. He took a loss and he bounced back. He lost the IBF belt. He got the WBC belt, right? And he didn't bully Danny Garcia. If you guys remember, he didn't bully Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia cannot be bullied, right? He fought Danny Garcia, actually smarter than I normally see Sean Porter fight guys, and it showed again a degree of maturity. When Derek James was saying that Keith Thurman was missing a lot of shots, Sean Porter was missing a lot of shots. Well, Kell Brook was missing a lot of shots against Sean Porter too. He's an awkward fucking fighter. He awkward. Ugas had a longer reach. Exactly. There you go. Porter didn't look horrible boxing on the outside against Ugas, who implements a tricky Cuban counter-punching style. Ugas didn't have his way with Porter, and it was very competitive. In fact, Ugas was confused. Ugas admit the first 4 rounds he was confused as fuck because he was expecting Porter to come to him because he got a longer reach. And Porter would just keep on pot-shotting him by throwing that jab from the outside, getting to Ugas on the inside, pivoting out, and disappearing. Then he'd go for a little run around the ring and shit. I don't even know why Porter was doing all that excessive movement, but whatever. He would settle down, let Ugas do his thing, And I'm just saying to you guys that, and of course, that fight, he struggled to make weight. He literally struggled to make weight. And that told me how big Porter really was. I'm not saying that, Dennis Ugas wasn't strong as fuck. I look at him, it was like, he looked stronger than Porter in that fight. But Errol don't look stronger than Porter in this fight. He looks smaller than Errol. Kell Brook, Porter. When Porter faced Kell Brook looked stronger than Porter. Literally, physically looked stronger than Porter. I think Ugas and Kell Brook was taking something though. No doubt about that. I think Errol is much more a clean fighter than them two guys. I think Errol just a big dude. Errol looked good though. He looked good at the weigh-in. He looked comfortable. It looked like he made weight and he was just waiting, which is very good to know. Errol's the real deal. I'm telling you guys, man, Errol's the real deal. Don't get it twisted. I don't hate Errol at all. I think he's going to persevere. I think he's going to make it through it. But, and I again, just because I said it's going to be a tough fight, what I mean by that is it's going to be the toughest fight he had so far. Even though he did have a tough fight coming up against an African fighter who actually stunned him. He was coming in for the kill on the dude, and dude counterpunched his ass and then started taking the fight to him in the final rounds of the fight. I remember that. That was a while back. That was a 12th round of a fight. Can't remember the kid's name. But Errol's a good, solid defensive fighter. Don't get it wrong. He got all-round game. I expect Errol to be able to make the necessary adjustments when it comes time. But the fight, like I said before, can go any which ways. In a way, I always said this fight is like a 50-50 fight. It's not really a 50-50 fight in favor of Errol. 60-40 maybe. Maybe even 65-35. But the way how the fight's going to go down, I think any kind of casual fan going to think, oh, Porter won the fight. So some casual fans going to say Porter won the fight. Just like how they say Marcus McDonough won the fight against Floyd. It was a draw. And it wasn't. Floyd won 8-4. But, I think it's that kind of fight we're talking about with Errol and Porter. That's what I think. I think Porter's not accurate enough. If he, like I said, if he could have landed 25% of his shots, he win the fight. But that's not going to happen. You know, so that's where I think that Shawn's gonna lose the fight. Honestly, I think Errol's a lot more accurate, and I think he lands cleaner shots. You know, and I think he's gonna have to make adjustments as to how he going. That's what I like about it. It's gonna show more of what Errol can do. I think this fight's gonna show a little bit more. And they trying to talk down Shawn and all that shit, but trust me, man, it's a lot more. It's a lot more complex than that. That's why I'm not even trying. Like I said, I don't understand why people would think that Errol's gonna knock out Shawn. You know, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I can see him keeping his composure through the fire and the storm and being able to uh, get that W and down the stretch showing his class compared to Shawn. But he ain't stopping Shawn. Floyd couldn't stop Maidana. He ain't stopping Shawn. And don't get it wrong, Floyd can punch. And Errol can punch. And Errol got better hands. But Errol ain't no one-hitter quitter. Y'all getting it twisted, man. Errol's not a one-hitter quitter. He gonna have to land a combination on Shawn. Like a 5-6 point combination. That ain't gonna happen. Shawn is not that kind of boxer that'll give you all those shots on him. And he's not gonna wear down Shawn either. He's not gonna be able to get those. You guys thinking Shawn gonna stand in front of him like all the other fighters and take punishment. He's not gonna do that. That's the only way Errol gets guys out of there. You got to corner them, back them up, work them, wear them down, take them out. He a boxer. He not a power puncher. And as they start to fade, that's when he really starts to put leverage into his punches. But he had to do, it's a bunch of punches Errol got to land on a guy to take him out of there. Or a well-placed punch to the body. I'm trying to explain to you guys. He couldn't get Mikey out of there because Mikey got the defense. Now imagine a Mikey with defense that can get on the inside of Porter as well. So he got more options. He can go on the inside. He can go on the outside. He got more options of how he can attack Errol Spence. Now the playing field's a little bit more equal. And that's what you guys not understand what I'm saying and what I'm seeing. You see? Had Floyd put on the gas on Maidana, he could have no fucking way he stops Maidana. Nobody ever stopped Maidana. Oh, he was never going to stop Maidana. Never. Not in a million years. Maidana's too wily, too crafty, too veteran. So is Porter. That's not happening. Y'all hoping and praying for a KO, but it ain't going to happen. He can't stop Maidana. Maidana is a little soft to the body. Doesn't mean he should have put the gas on because Maidana hits extremely hard. Not only that, but Maidana's crafty. He knows how to break the action. He knows how to preserve himself. A number of times he preserved himself. He went into survival mode in the first fight. Why do you think he was tackling Floyd out of the ring and kneeing him and biting his hand and all that shit, hitting him low? Floyd started getting the momentum in his favor. Maidana started roughhousing. Maidana is crafty. He was never going to stop Maidana. Nobody stops Maidana. Nobody. Errol Spence has Carl Froch type of power. Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that. Yes, he does. He'll break you down. But I think he's much more technically sound than Carl Froch, though. Carl Froch more like Shawn Porter. And Shawn Porter thrives off of trade-offs. He like that shit. I'm from Texas. I'm rooting for Spence, but I know this won't be an easy fight for him. Shawn fights rough, not dirty. Yes, he's rough. Rough and rugged. But he has been a little bit more cleaner, especially against Ugas. He was a lot cleaner. Even Danny Garcia was cleaner. They had no cuts. They had no head clashes, really. He's been fighting clean of late. Much more controlled as well. I think Intangible says that because Khan dropped Maidana in the first round with a body shot. Yeah, but what happened after that? He got back up, right? And he protects his body very well. Maidana protects his body very, very well. You know what I mean? Everybody's soft to the body when they get hit right. You know what I'm saying? It's how you angle your body. It's how you like. I expect Errol Spence to try and jab to Shawn Porter's body. I don't expect him to jab to Shawn Porter's head. I expect him to jab to Shawn Porter's chest and his body. Mix up that straight left to the chest and to the body, and try to occupy him and throw the straight left. Porter gonna have something for that. I'm not gonna say what it is, but if you guys study Shawn Porter, you'll see what I'm talking about. And when he throw that left, oh, suki now. And that's a bread and butter thing that Errol does. He gonna have to make adjustment to that quickly. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could see that Porter is dirty. That's not a criticism. Nah, man, he ain't been dirty in the last couple of fights though. He wasn't dirty against Granados. He wasn't dirty against he wasn't dirty against Garcia, and he wasn't dirty against Ugas. If you're being honest, so that's not really true. He was wild. Intangible Boxing says thumb. Maidana got up because he has incredible will and courage on top of that, and well conditioned. His conditioning allows him to do that. You can have as much will as you want. If you're not well conditioned, your ass ain't getting up from there. You might want to. Look at that Miracon. He got a lot of will, a lot of heart. Got back up from the Danny Garcia knockdown with punch drunk. Drifted all around the ring. Body didn't hold up to the mind. You got to be well conditioned. Keith Thurman gets hit by a body shot, runs around the ring a little bit, but he's well conditioned, so he's able to suck that up and keep on going. Unlike Kovalev. It's a fight game, though. You can't expect everyone to play fair. I don't mind seeing the roughhousing, though, personally. I like the Marcos Maidana versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight. It made me laugh. I was laughing all the way through the fight. I thought that was a very amusing fight. The first one, very entertaining. I always enjoyed that fight. I'll go back and watch it and chuckle. It's fun. Maidana was so buckled by a Floyd body shot that he bit his thumb. Well, yeah, man, he stopped the action. In fact, I think when the body shot was landed on him, I think he said it was a low blow, and Richard Steele gave him some time. And Floyd was like, what? It wasn't Richard Steele. What was Kenny Bayless? I can't remember who it was. I think it was Kenny Bayless. So funny. Is anyone watching Dubious versus Tete? It's streaming right now on ESPN. Dubois. No, not really. I'm not watching Dubois. Thing about the heavyweights, right? To be honest with you, is that they sloppy as fuck. To be honest with you, the lower weight classes are much more interesting to me. But I don't want to diss the heavyweights because they got it's an interesting division. I mean Andy Ruiz, man. I don't think there's any heavyweight as quick as him. Got fast feet, fast hands. That makes a big difference. I think that's another factor that people are not factoring in with Canelo versus Kovalev. Canelo's going to have that speed factor. He's going to be quicker than Kovalev. Reaction time is going to be faster. Kovalev looked slow as fuck against Anthony Yarde in the beginning. So, using the Arthur Abraham and Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward trick to pretend to be hit low. Hey, man. You got his craftiness to stop the action a little bit. Kenny Bayless bought it, so it's what it is. Like I said, nobody knocking out Marcos Maidana. It was never going to happen. I remember Marcos Maidana versus Eric Morales. I don't know if anybody ever watched that fight. Eric Morales started putting the heat on Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana, he's tricky, man. He stayed low, started to go defensively. I remember even Adrian Broner in the later rounds against Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana, man, he'd go into this defensive shell, and then all of a sudden he'd explode like Shawn Porter and counterpunch your ass. Next thing you know, you down on the ground. Marcos Maidana actually knocked down Adrian Broner that way. Adrian Broner was pressing the action. Marcos Maidana waited for him to commit to a shot, And then he counter combinational punch Adrian Broner and put him down. He's not just countering with one punch, he's countering with a combination. I think Ruiz would be a bad matchup against Fury. It seems Fury doesn't like someone pressuring him to the body with volume punching. Yep, correct. Morales doesn't hit that hard, though. He's like Shawn with his power. Oh, really? I don't know. I've never been hit by Eric Morales, but from what I saw when he was beating the fuck out of Pacquiao the first fight, I think he hits hella hard. Otherwise, Pacquiao would have walked through his punches. You know who reminds me of Shawn Porter? Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley reminds me of Shawn Porter. Nobody ever knocked out Timothy Bradley. Provatnikov was supposed to knock his ass out. Timothy Bradley kept on fighting. That's who Shawn Porter is. He's a bigger Timothy Bradley. You know? Fury also hates outboxers, movers. See Steve Cunningham. I'm just saying, man, I don't know how anybody in their right mind would say that Errol Spence will knock out Shawn Porter. I don't understand. I'm trying to understand, but help me understand. Help me understand. How does Errol Spence knock out Shawn Porter again? Because you guys lost me on that one. Shawn Porter's going to walk into something, you're saying? How? Y'all go watch the Kell Brook versus Shawn Porter fight. Go watch it. Go watch it. On YouTube or wherever. Go watch that fight. Because a lot of you really don't. I think a lot of you guys think that Kell Brook out-jabbed, or at least he outlanded jabs on Shawn Porter. He didn't. Shawn Porter was bobbing and weaving away from those jabs. And getting to the inside. But once he got to the inside, he would throw some wild-ass punches. And then Kell would lock him up. You know? But he's gotten better than he's been then now. He's actually landing punches now. Usman Provocative was not only supposed to KO Timothy Bradley, he should have even won a round. He shouldn't even have won a round. There you go. So if that's the mentality of Timothy Bradley, Shawn Porter's on steroids to Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley's a joke compared to Shawn Porter. And Shawn Porter won't take that kind of punishment. Timothy Bradley, went in there like an idiot and just got slapped upside the head. You know, Shawn Porter would never do something stupid like that. That's one thing I can tell you. He got better defense than Timothy Bradley against Provocative or Timothy Bradley against Manny Pacquiao. He got better defense. Hybrid 95, too tough for his own good. Yeah. Intangible Boxing says, I literally never said I'm predicting Errol Spence by KO. So why are you saying that? You said he would stop him late. Don't go back on your word now. Don't go back on your word, man. Didn't you say that Errol Spence would stop him? That's what I think I heard you say. And you said it would be easy work for Errol Spence. And I think a lot of people are saying that because of Shawn Porter's style and because he's not so much textbook. I think a lot of people are saying that. But really, honestly, he got a good jab. He got a good jab. And he got several good jabs. Several types of good jabs. So I just don't understand how people could say that. And I don't understand how people could say that this is an easy fight either. I just don't understand it. You know, I've been watching the Shawn Porter versus Kell Brook fight because I've been trying to record it to give the commentary for it for Tommy Temper. I got to get out of here, folks. And for the life of me, I'm saying to myself, oh, shit, this guy could do a lot of things. If he could just finish properly, he'd be a hell of a fighter, you know? Of course, his athleticism plays a play. Of course, he's unorthodox in different ways, you know, how he does his boxing. But then he got some old school stuff that he does that people don't even do today in boxing anymore. Is he fundamentally sound in boxing? Not in certain ways he throws punches, no. But, you know, I'm just saying, Marcos Maidana wasn't fundamentally sound. That's why I keep on mentioning Marcos Maidana. Timothy Bradley has an inferiority complex and a desperate need to be loved, which is why he stood toe to toe. He was angry. He thought he had a point to prove, and so that's what happened. Archie Sharp is fighting right now on ESPN. Good fight so far. I don't know who that is. Sorry. I said Errol could conceivably stop Shawn if he teed off on him against the ropes because the referee would jump in. I didn't say that will happen. He ain't gonna tee off against Shawn against no damn ropes. Who has ever gotten Shawn against the ropes and kept him there? Nobody. Because Shawn will turn the tide on you and have you against the ropes. He has specific maneuvers he does that will spin you around. He did it to Kell Brook, who's supposedly stronger than him. He's done it to everyone. He turns the tide on you, and next thing he's pounding away at you. And he's so quick with it. That's not going to happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You just think about what I'm saying. Tell me if I'm telling you a lie. Tell me if I'm telling you a lie. That's what I'm saying. People are underestimating Shawn Porter. I can't believe people are saying Shawn Porter would be against the ropes against Errol Spence. That's not happening. What Errol Spence is comfortable doing, usually walking down guys and man down in them, he's not going to be able to do that in this fight. That's what Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter been saying. They're going to have Errol Spence in a position where he's going to be uncomfortable because he's not going to be able to do the things he wants to do. Hybrid 95 says, I need to get out of here. To what you need means I got an hour left. Timothy Bradley is that guy who needs to get his lick back, just like Shawn Porter. Yeah, if you give him a point, he's trying to get back. Yeah. Anyway, man, it's almost been an hour in. It's been nice talking to you guys. Those of you who want to donate to my channel, we need to talk about that. I'm gonna try and get to you guys in the next video and see what I can do online or otherwise to get you so you can donate to my channel. Because I know there are a number of you who want to donate to my channel. I've seen you guys. Some of you would mention it and over again. It's a little frustrating for me because of what's going on. But anyway, if Shawn is hurt, he may not be quick enough to pull out against the ropes. This is boxing. Anything can happen. Absolutely. Hey, look, man. I agree with you about this is boxing. Anything can happen. But this is also the year of upsets. Right? You saw what happened to Tyson Fury against Otto Wallen. A guy who we don't know nothing about. But Otto Wallen was managing. He busted open Tyson Fury's eye. Right? I'm not saying Shawn Porter will bust open Errol Spence's eye. I'm not saying none of that shit. None of that. But what I'm saying is, you guys are underestimating Shawn. I wish I could just do this narration for you, this commentary for you guys, so you can see, right? It had nothing to do with Shawn Porter's chin, none of that. Because I'm telling you, first of all, Shawn Porter got a lot better defense than people giving him credit for. That's the first thing, right? So to say that anybody can get knocked out at any time, right? It's boxing. Barring that, we are talking about the fact that Shawn Porter has defense. He does bob and weave. He does not get hit clean all the time. All right? Keith Thurman got him caught clean. He has quick recovery time because of his conditioning. Right? So we're not talking about you talking about Paul Williams. Paul Williams he's a fuck. What the fuck you talking about? Paul Williams is not a fighter like Shawn Porter. He don't have quick feet. He don't have bob and weaving style. I mean, he's an android. He was like Antonio Margarito. He just comes straight forward, snap back a little bit, use a jab, and walk true punches, right? That's what Paul Williams did. He was there to be hit. Shawn Porter's not exactly that kind of dude. You guys he has underrated defense, fantastic jab, quick feet, athletic. He counters with combinations. All right. And also, in addition to that, he can work on the inside. He can work on the outside. He can work mid-range. He's sloppy with his stuff. He misses a lot of punches, but he throws a lot of volume. And he's not deterred if you catch him with a punch. He's still going to continue through with his volume. Yeah, man. You're right, man. Peace to you, Hybrid 95. I think it's because he has a size advantage. He's able to do that. Right? But he's a smart fighter. If he realizes this dude's too strong for me, he's going to outbox you. He's going to stay on the outside. And he's going to box from the outside. If Errol tries to come to him to try and walk him down and cut off the ring, he's going to be happy because now I don't even have to worry about my reach advantage. You coming to me. So you closing the distance so I can counterpunch you. I don't have to do nothing. Right? So you got to understand what Shawn Porter is. And if you don't understand what Shawn Porter is, then you're going to have a big problem because he can both initiate and counter. All right. He's not the thing with Shawn Porter is not his defense. It's not how good he can get past shots and all of that shit. It's his accuracy. That's the problem. Because in a fight, Shawn Porter will miss a whole set of punches. He'll get his opponent to miss a whole set of punches, but he don't land enough. That's his only problem. If he, like I said, if he could have landed 25% of his punches, he'd win almost every fight. But he don't even have a connect percentage like that. Shawn has a decent jab. He's awkward and only uses it for one purpose. Not really. Dennis Ugas is a perfect example where he jabbed him from the outside and boxed him from the outside. So he uses his jab for multiple different reasons, and he uses several different types of jabs. He will use a spear jab. He'll use a jab that look like an uppercut. He'll use the shotgun jab. He'll use the normal jab. He'll use a pouring jab. He'll use a power jab. I mean, he uses a step-in jab. I mean, he uses several different kinds of jabs Shawn Porter uses. He also has several different kinds of looks. He has several different kinds of stances. He can get up on his toes and bounce in and out, or he can get up on his toes and just bounce on the spot. Sometimes he just he would show you the extended guard. Sometimes he show you the shoulder roll. Sometimes he show you the two guard. Sometimes he show you the high guard. Sometimes he show you, he kind of rumbles his hands like this. He rumbles his hands like this on the outside. He do different things. He show you different looks. Sometimes you see him step. He sidesteps. He sidesteps one way. He sidesteps the other way. Sometimes he stands right there and just pivots. He does different things. Ugas doesn't initiate whatsoever. No, he's just a counterpuncher, really. Yeah. He did well against Omar Figueroa, though. He actually initiated and stuff. But I think Ugas was standing there because he was confused. He was like, man, this guy's supposed to engage me. What the fuck is going on? John Kravitz says, prostitutes always get murdered. Hang out with dangerous men, abusive men, and druggies. Yet they still empower women to do whatever they want with your body. Not quite sure what that has to do with anything, but hey, more power to you, brother. Intangible Boxing says, Shawn got all those jabs just to get to the inside. No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He can box you on the outside. You keep on not listening. You are listening to what you think in your mind. You have your story that's running in your head. Okay? Shawn, you keep on assuming because Shawn's reach is so small, he must go to the inside. And I'm telling you, he doesn't have to go to the inside to face an opponent because of his foot speed and how he's unpredictable in what he does and how he can do in and out movement like Manny Pacquiao. He can go in and out. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. He can draw you into him, catch you, spin you around, and then move out if he wants, move away from you. He can do whatever he wants. He's just not very accurate. That's his downfall. He's not very accurate. That's the problem with Shawn Porter. There is no top A-level opponent that Shawn will beat on the outside. Man, stop talking, man. Are you serious? Dude, the man has unpredictability on his side. Marcus Maidana has unpredictability on his side. That is a big factor in fights. It's not about who's the better boxer. It's about who has the better game plan. He beat Danny Garcia. That's an A-level dude. Danny Garcia beat Amir Khan when Amir Khan was in his prime. He was a world champion. A-level. Peterson don't got that. I think, no, actually Peterson beat Amir Khan too. That was a controversial decision. Danny made it comprehensive. He knocked his ass out. Danny's a higher B-level fighter. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Adrian Granados is a B-level fighter. And you saw what Danny did to him. He knocked his ass out cold, walked him down, cut off the ring, and stopped him. Showing you, I'm way above B-level. I'm an A-level fighter. I belong with the champions. And he was a WBC champion as well. Beat Robert Guerrero to become WBC champion. How you become a champion? I mean, you could become a champion and be a big level fighter like Marcus McDonald, but I'm just saying he was a champion repeatedly at a unified champion at another weight class. You can't be that just being. I mean, you got to be elite to do that shit. Marcus McDonald never was a unified champion. He was a two-time world champion, but he wasn't unified. And if you don't watch it, Danny Garcia might just come back in the runnings and become again another a world champion. Can't sleep on Danny. Amir Khan was never. Oh, shut up. Now you really clowning. Zab Judah, right? Marco Antonio Barrera. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Mont Peterson. Look at the guys on the man's resume, man. Look at the guys on his resume. Oh, he A-level. See, you guys talk. But you guys, hey, A-level fighters beat A-level guys, period. All right? Beat world champions. Beat guys at the top of their game. There's no way Amir Khan was, the operational word is, was not an A-level fighter at super lightweight. There's no way. In fact, who was the favorite against Danny Garcia? Amir Khan. Everybody thought Amir Khan was going to dust him. Didn't dust him. He got knocked out. All right, man. I got to go. It's nice talking to you guys, though. You know, we must talk some more. I got to go do some shopping and all kinds of shit. So let me go and get my act together. No, Zab was not shot. Zab was the IBF world champion when Amir Khan beat him. You see, guys, you need to know your facts. Zab had just won a world title and faced Amir Khan and got dusted. Zab will tell you, man, was a low blow. Whatever. Got beat, though. On the record, he's beat by Amir Khan. You guys got to know your facts. You guys don't know your facts. Amir Khan got names on his resume, man. He got names. Completely and unbelievably shot Zab Judah and Barrera. My dude. Zab won it. He won a title. That's the point. So you can't say he was shot. A shot fighter don't win titles. I don't think Zab faced Miguel Cotto yet, or he may have faced Miguel Cotto. I can't remember. Khan's resume is smoke and mirrors. Now at welterweight is just like Terrence Crawford. Actually, he got a better resume than Terrence Crawford. At least he faced Devin Alexander, a former world champion. You know, Terrence Crawford's resume is shit right now compared to Khan. And Khan ain't nothing right now. Khan faced Canelo. You remember? I mean, he's faced people. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't win. He got his ass dusted, but he faced people. Got a better resume than Terrence Crawford at welterweight. I'm just saying. I'll cut back in the fourth after the fight. I'm not too sure what that means. I'm just pumped, though. It's all love. Yeah, I know. You're supposed to be pumped. You know what I'm saying? I just think you're wrong about Errol stopping Shawn. That's all I'm saying. I think you're very, very, very uninformed about Shawn Porter. You know, Errol, who was Errol stopped? I mean, he stopped Kell Brook. But Kell Brook already had eye injury problems. You know? Yeah. Kudos to Errol on breaking his next eye orbital. But, I mean, Kell had eye problems. Golovkin broke him. If it wasn't for Golovkin, I think it would have been a much better competitive fight. Again, I thought that Errol would never stop Kell Brook, and he did stop him. So I remember saying that. But I didn't say it with confidence. I was like, you know what? I think if Kell Brook's too big a fighter, I don't see Errol stopping him. That's what I said. I wasn't adamant like I am now. And I wasn't adamant like I was with Mikey Garcia. And Michael Garcia is another counterpuncher. Because, let me tell you why Errol did not try to stop Mikey. Mikey was trying to get within range of Errol, and Mikey didn't know how to do it. So what he would do is goad Errol in so he could counterpunch Errol off the ropes. You want to know why Errol was teeing off on Mikey like crazy, right? But Mikey was just picking off all the shots, right? With his elbows and his forearms. And then he would use the opportunity, because Errol sometimes don't move his head, to check hook Errol or hook him in between combinations. So Errol would be trying to work the body, and then you just see Mikey out of the clever blue side go boom. Errol would smile and walk back because he gets shocked that he get hit like that. Because guess what? The African fighter I told you about hit Errol with a shot just like that. And Mikey did his homework. That's why I'm saying Errol being on the ropes against Shawn Porter is not necessarily something that will help Errol. Because that's just the way how he got stunned in the fight with the African dude. I can't remember what his name was, and the momentum of the whole fight changed. And you do your homework, you know what you could catch Errol with. And once you are punching back, you got defense, and you can punch back on Errol, he's going to have to change his plans. He can't just walk through you. He can't just walk you down like he's saying he wants to do. Which he's not going to do against Shawn Porter. He's too smart for that. After the first or second round, you realize, I can't walk this kid down. Especially if he gets dropped. Like I said, if he tries to go walking man down Shawn Porter, he's going to get dropped. You don't believe me, right? I can see, because I see the equation. I see what can happen with a counter puncher and with counter combinational punching. As inaccurate as Shawn Porter might be, he does land some really good shots, some good body shots and head shots. So, then some of the punches though Porter throws, like Derek James said, and like I said before, it make no fucking sense. What are you throwing an overhand right for when the guy's head is not even there? Derek James is 100% correct. Some shots, it leaves me baffled. Like, why that shot selection, Shawn? Why? You know? But other than that, I mean, he does have a lot of skill and ability, but some things just baffle me. I think I don't know how long Shawn's going to stay at welterweight, but I think that Shawn has a lot of potential. He has a lot of potential because he does a lot of things correct. He does a lot of things good. He doesn't finish clean, especially with the punches. It reminds me of Timothy Bradley. Same thing with Timothy Bradley. He don't finish clean. But Timothy Bradley worse than Shawn Porter in that Shawn Porter actually lands some really oomph-like body shots. His body shot, it's beautiful. His jab is really, really good. Timothy Bradley really don't have a good jab. And Timothy Bradley's a Hall of Famer, right? So, I mean, Shawn Porter, you know. Oh, somebody wants to talk to me, lady. Oh, my printer. Yes, it is still. All right, guys, I got to go. So let me get out of here. But I like talking boxing with you guys. I know you guys excited about it. All right. Have a good one, peoples. Your boy's going to be out of here. Zab also got dropped against the 23-6 guy he got the vacant IBF title against. Yeah, I think it was against M. Can't remember the guy kid's name. Yeah, it's possible. Still got the W. That's the important thing. Got the W. I can't believe Zab was still fighting up to just very recently. But yeah. All right, peoples, man. It's good talking with you guys boxing. The next time you guys see me, probably be Sunday. I'm still gonna try and pursue this. I've been trying very hard, Tommy Temper, to get this commentary into you. I'm gonna try my best, man. Yeah, man. I don't think Zab was shot. I don't think he was shot. Because he put on a hell of a fight against Danny Garcia. Okay. I'm gonna catch you guys later. For those people wanting to donate to my channel, I'm gonna see what I can do to make sure that that becomes a possibility. It's nice talking to you guys about boxing. I'm gonna keep the boxing coming. We got some good fights over the weekend. Of course, the Darrell Benavidez. We got the what's the kid's name? From it was from Virgil Hunter's gym. Two guys from Virgil Hunter's gym gonna be fighting as well on the undercard, as well as I do believe there's something going on the zone as well. Excuse me. Over the weekend. Of course, the Dubois fight. We want to talk about the results of that. If I get to see the fight, great. But this weekend is going to be a great weekend of boxing, and I can't wait for Shawn Porter versus Errol Spence. That is the fight to see, and it's going to be a great fight. This is like, you know, the back in the 80s, man, where we got all these stacked welterweights out there, phenomenal welterweights. Manny Pacquiao being the oldest of them, but still showing that he's a real live dog in every situation. Pacquiao will be also looking to see what the result is. I heard Freddie Roach talking about he wanted the winner of Errol Spence Crawford. Well, let's just make sure Errol just not need to make it past Shawn Porter first. So don't jump ahead of yourself there, Freddie. We saw what happened with Anthony Joshua. He didn't get past Andy Ruiz, and he's probably going to have difficulty getting past Andy Ruiz. If he does get past Andy Ruiz, maybe we can see that Joshua Wilder fight. But if not, it might be a Ruiz Wilder fight. In which case, I still fancy Ruiz chances against any heavyweight at this point in time. So I'm just saying, for people who don't understand, this is boxing, man. Peace to you guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.